Hello. Actually, you are not visible, audible. Sorry. Hello. Government Dungar College Bikaner. You are not
As a
audible.
tribute to Mother
स्पीकर वो लगा रहा हूँ
Saraswati,
कनेक्शन जोड़ रहा है 2 मिनट के अंदर एक स्पीकर वो लगा रहे हैं यहाँ पे ताकि आवाज क्लियर आ जाएगी ना केवल उस के लिए चाहिए ना एक सेकंड सर एक सेकंड रुक जाओ फ्रेम सेट करने के लिए 1 सेकंड बस
Mother, pray for your blessings with all humility. Give us the wisdom to make this place. May all humans live in harmony with nature.
May all humans live in harmony with nature. All humans live in harmony with nature. All humans
वो रिपीट आ रहा है ना वो ठीक है ठीक है 2 हो गया फ्रेम अब अपने को करना है स्टेप
Mother, give us the wisdom to make the place a better place. Live in harmony with nature. May the truth prevail, and may the darkness of ignorance be swept away by the dawn of knowledge.
आप अलग करो ना सर आप अपना व्हाट्सएप भी खोल दो व्हाट्सएप खोल मैं गलत आदमी
This conference is blessed by the presence of renowned dignitaries online. Come with us, Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. B.D. Kalla, who has generously Dr. B.D. Kalla spared his valuable time to join this conference. Dr. B.D. Kalla is a renowned name. Dr. B.D. Kalla is a renowned name in social and political arena. Works not defined once a president and now alumni. Of this junior college. Many of the important steps in this it has worked extensively for society and for the betterment of education. One of the sole reasons that Bikaner has become. In recent COVID pandemic years, he has sanctioned crores of rupees. He has also worked personally, increased number of beds in hospitals, racial kids to the lowest strata of society. I request for your words of encouragement and blessings for the success of this great academic event.
कल्ला जी की आवाज अनम्यूट कर दो
Okay. Honorable Education Minister Dr. B.D. Kalla, unmute himself. Is requested to unmute himself. So please unmute yourself. Please yourself.
थोड़ा सा बीवी गला बोल रहा हूँ।
सर का माइक म्यूट है। सर कल्ला जी को फोन करना पड़ेगा।
सर माइक ऑन करवाइए, कल्ला साहब का माइक ऑन करवा दीजिए सर।
Request Honorable Education Minister to please unmute. We all are waiting desperately for his address.
क्यों?
आपकी आवाज जाएगी।
उनकी तो आवाज आएगी ना।
सर प्लीज कंटिन्यू, आ रही है आपकी आवाज।
हमारे पास क्लियर नहीं है।
रिक्वेस्ट कर दो एक बार।
अभी तो दूसरी जी पेन ला के उठाई, पेन खुलती है।
I request and invite Honorable Education Minister Dr. B.D. Kalla for his words of encouragement and blessings for the success of this great event.
नहीं म्यूट कर दिया, आप बोलना है इनको, शुरू करना है। डोंट रुके ना, इशारा कर रहे हैं वो सब कुछ लिख रहे हैं। नहीं सही है।
सर वहाँ उनको कह दीजिए चुप हो जाए। कल्ला जी के यहाँ से मैसेज है कि वो 1 मिनट में कोई उनका इंपॉर्टेंट कॉल आया हुआ है, उसके बाद बात कर रहे हैं वो। मैं यहाँ से कांटेक्ट में हूँ, अपने आप अपने अनम्यूट करके बात कर लेंगे, ठीक है?
आज ऑडियो आ रही है।
हेलो जोशी जी, मुझे कब बोल रहे हैं?
सर आप प्लीज कंटिन्यू कीजिए सर।
मैं बोलना शुरू करूं?
यस सर।
ठीक है। ऑनरेबल प्रोफेसर वीके सिंह जी, वाइस चांसलर ऑफ MGS यूनिवर्सिटी बीकानेर, डॉक्टर मधुबाला, प्रेसिडेंट ISRB, डॉक्टर GP सिंह जी, प्रिंसिपल डूंगर कॉलेज बीकानेर, MM सक्सेना जी, वाइस चांसलर ऑफ टाटिया यूनिवर्सिटी श्रीगंगानगर, डॉक्टर RK पुरोहित जी, हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ जोलॉजी, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग सेक्रेटरी डॉक्टर अरुणा चक्रवर्ती, delegates from country and abroad, guests, students and researchers from the field of radiation and cancer biology, organizers of conference and media persons. It gives me immense pleasure and great satisfaction to be the part of the inaugural function of the International Conference on Emerging Frontiers and Challenges in Radiation Biology, being organized by Government Dungar College Bikaner in collaboration with Indian Society for Radiation Biology on 19th to 22nd January 2022. For this, I should the organizers and thank them for inviting me to be the part of it. Government Dungar College Bikaner has a very special place in my heart and mind. I've been associated with the college in different capacities. At different points of time, student, as a student leader, as an academician, and as a political striving to see this institution grow and contributing my share in its growth. I've also witnessed a national conference on recent trends in radiation biology and cancer research organized by the Department of Geology, Dungar College, Bikaner, on October 17 to 19, 2004. I was also privileged to be the chief guest of the prize distribution ceremony of National Essay Competition organized by Department of Geology, Dungar College, on the topic Radiation Boon or Curse on 16th January 2010. I also witnessed the International Conference on Radiation Biology organized by the Dungar College Bikaner on January 24th, 25th, 2012. Now this is the third event on the radiation science. I congratulate Dr. R.K. Proiji and his team for taking the leading role for organizing all these events. We all know that with the discovery of radium in fish blend by Marie Curie and Pierre Curie in 1899, began an in the society that is cancer. The treatment of and fractured bones became much easier, more scientific. I hope that this August gathering of radiation cancer biology from all the world, both offline and online modes, would be engaged in fruitful deliberations over these 2 days and come out with concrete suggestions. I wish this conference would be a great success. I take this opportunity, all delegates also who have come from USA, Germany, Australia, and other part of world. Again, I thank organizers, especially Dr. R.K. Purohit and his team, convener ICRB 2022, for inviting me to this inaugural function, and thank you all for patient hearing. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Honorable Education Minister Dr. B.D. Kamaji, for your valuable presence and words of blessings, and always being a part of our academic events. We wish you guidance and blessings in all our future endeavors too. We have with us Dr. Madhubala, President, Indian Society of Radiation Biology. She has always been a big support in organizing such academic events. She has contributed a lot with her meritorious services of defense and research in discipline of cancer and radiation biology. I request you, ma'am, for your words of encouragement for the success of this conference. Dr. Madhubala.
Thank you. Honorable Education Minister, Dr. B.D. Kallaji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Maharaja Ganga Singh University and President of the function, Professor V.K. Singh, Principal, Dungar College, Bikaner, and Patron of Conference, Dr. G.P. Singh, Chief Guest of Inaugural Function, Dr. Arun Chogle from SMS Jaipur, Guest of Honor, Dr. A. Sahu, Director, NRCC Bikaner, Coordinator of Conference, Dr. Vijay Kalia, Convener of Conference and Secretary, Indian Society for Radiation Biology, our beloved Dr. R.K. Purohit, delegates on the dais as well as off the dais, dear colleagues, guests, students, and friends. It indeed is a great privilege and honor to greet and welcome you all at this International Conference on Radiation Biology, which is being hosted by Dungar College, Bikaner under the auspices of Indian Society for Radiation Biology, we fondly call as ISRB. ISRB is a vibrant society of young as well as experienced researchers, clinicians, and radiation biologists. ISRB has been instrumental in disseminating the knowledge in the field of radiation sciences since its inception in year 1989. Most importantly, it has been providing a platform for organizing international and national conferences as well as workshops. More recently, IAEA Vienna has been enlisting the abstracts of ICRBs in their repository, which itself speaks of the standards of ICRBs organized under the auspices of ISRB. The theme of this conference, Radiation Biology in Coming Decade, Translational Research in Combinatorial Therapeutics, Nuclear Emergencies and Environmental Protection, is highly contemporary, and deliberations on this subject during this conference will be helpful in drawing a roadmap for futuristic cutting-edge research in this area. Radiation sciences is an ever-evolving field of R&D and is continued to be explored for the benefit of the mankind. More recently, during the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, when medical support system world over was struggling to find a suitable treatment, radiotherapists suggested radiation treatment for COVID-19 pneumonia. This has triggered an intense debate over the proposed clinical use of ionizing radiations for COVID-19 treatment. Nonetheless, the trials took off and ionizing radiation found another unconventional use in the time of COVID pandemic. The whole lung radiotherapy was used to combat COVID-19. These studies were conducted at multiple centers across the world. After successful completion of phase 1 trials, the study has now progressed to phase 2 randomized trials. As of now, there is a need to understand the mechanistic aspects in greater depth and evolve a common framework for the radiotherapy treatment should it be given to COVID patients. Another key area which has been challenging enough to haunt the scientists in the nearly 7 decades is the development of safe and effective medical radiation countermeasures for human applications. Decades of research has finally started bearing fruits, and we are now in a position to place better confidence on selected few therapeutic agents which may be suitable for mitigating or treating radiation injuries. Although prophylactic molecular drug for successful prevention of radiation injuries to normal cells or render radioprotection to healthy population still remains elusive. The radiation-induced signal transduction is a complex array of genes and proteins which modify multitudes of pathways, including the human response, metabolic alterations in tumors, dysbiosis of host gut microbiota, and the success is no longer associated with damage to DNA alone. Radiological and nuclear scientists, accidents like Chernobyl, Fukushima accidents, space travels, radiotherapy, use of mobile phones are some of these situations where human exposure to large radiation dose may happen. Use of radiation in diagnostics and therapy brings the radiobiologists and radiation oncologists together at such conference. Educating masses on radiation and nuclear sciences is an important way to improve the health of the society, and it can be argued that lack of education and research in radiobiology can be an impediment for emergency response in case of mass radiation exposure. ISRB maintains that there is a need for organizing more conferences, seminars, and focused workshops to address these concerns. I foresee an ever-expanding multidimensional role of radiation biologists for the welfare of the society at large. Before concluding my address, I take this opportunity to place on record my deep appreciation and acknowledgement to the entire team of Dungar College Bikaner, led by a very dynamic leadership of the principal Dungar College Bikaner, who extended wholehearted support to the convener of conference, Dr. R.K. Purohit, in organizing ICRB 2022 at a very short notice, while the challenge of COVID-19 is still prevalent. I also wish to thank all the EC members of ISRB in particular, and to all ISRB members and well-wishers in general for extending full support and participating in this event. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Madhubala, who is President, Indian Society for Radiation Biology, for such an informative address. We miss your physical presence here, but are happy that you blessed this conference with your virtual presence. Thank you once again for your address. We have a lot of dignitaries online, among which I now invite Dr. Vijay Kalia, who is Coordinator, Indian Society for Radiation Biology, for his address.
Good morning, everybody, and my namaskar to the Honorable Minister, our President, Dr. Madhubala, Dr. Purohit, Dr. And the other guests. It is a matter of immense pleasure that the conference, which got postponed indefinitely due to the COVID issues, because it was supposed to be held in October 2020, has finally taken place. It has commenced, it has going on, and Dr. Purohit and Dr. Madhubala have put in great efforts to get this conference going. I have seen the program which I got last night, the revised schedule. There are a variety of talks on different issues, and we have a lot of speakers from our society plus from outside. And as Dr. Madhubala put it, that we will be able to have a very meaningful outcome out of this conference. And we should be very thankful to the Dungar College and the administration, as Dr. Madhubala put it. And it is a happy coincidence personally for me and Dr. Madhubala also that Honorable Shri B.D. Kalla is here. I remember having met him after our last conference and interacted with him in an overnight train journey to Jaipur, and he was very kind, which I mentioned to Dr. Madhubala, Dr. Purohit, and others in extending a lot of help to our fellow delegates during the train journey itself. And I had a very nice interaction with him. I had anticipated meeting him if this conference were to be held in normal times, and I would have been able to travel to Bikaner. It would have given me an immense pleasure. Without taking much time, because this is time for the conference to go on, I again convey my deep appreciation and thanks to everybody, and good luck for the conference. Thank you and namaskar.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vijay Kalia, Coordinator ISRB, for joining this conference virtually and benefiting us with your encouraging address. I now invite students of MSc Zoology for the Tilak ceremony as a mark of respect to our guests on the dais.
सर को अंतिम करिए ना तो आ जाएगा उसको पिन कर दो लेआउट चेंज कर दो उसी पूरा दिखाई देगा लेआउट चेंज कर दो टॉप में ले आओ
A very familiar name, Dr. R.K. Purohit, Head Department of Zoology, is a familiar face, a renowned academician and scientist. Dr. R.K. Purohit has been serving Government College for the last 31 years in the field of teaching and research. He has an expertise in the field of radiation science and has published around 150 research papers in the Journal of National and International Repute. Dr. Purohit has attended around 150 international and national conferences and delivered invited lectures and chaired the sessions. He has also delivered keynote lectures in Japan and United States. He has visited Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, and various other countries. Dr. Purohit has supervised 26 PhD scholars and 30 MPhil under his supervision. He has organized one national, one international conference, and this is the third international conference organized by him. He is the recipient of many national and international awards: District Administration Award, Bharat Jyoti Award, Best Citizen of India Award, Rajiv Gandhi Excellent Award, ISHER Award, and Who's Who Award from USA. He is a life member of many national and international societies. Presently, Dr. Purohit is holding the post of National Secretary of Indian Society for Radiation Biology. He also looks after the media and legal cell of Government College. I request Dr. R.K. Purohit, the man behind the successful mega event, for his welcome address.
Thanks, Dr. Sonuswa Madam, for the nice introduction. Respected Professor V.K. Singh Ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner, and Chief Patron of the International Conference on Radiation Biology. Chief guest, very good friend of mine, Dr. Arun Chogle, the renowned cancer and radiotherapist. Dr. A. Sahu, the guest of honor, Director, National Research Center on Camel. Dr. G.P. Singh, Honorable Principal, Dungar College and Patron of the ICRB. Dr. Rakesh Hars, Assistant Director, College Education. Dr. Dipti Srivastav, Convener. Dr. Aruna Chakrathi, Organizing Secretary. My respected teachers, sitting over here, Dr. K. M. Bharti sir, Dr. Meera Madam, the Principal MS College, Dr. Shashir Sharma, Faculty of the Dungar College, dear students, print, press, and electronic media. I, along with the organizing committee of this conference, welcome you all to this international conference on radiation biology in the great historical city of Bikaner, founded by Rao Bikaji in 1488 AD. I extend a warm welcome and thanks to all present in this auditorium, as well as delegates and participants joining online for your efforts to attend this conference. In these difficult times of COVID, many of you have traveled from long distance. That has encouraged us for organizing this important academic event. I wish you all a safe and comfortable stay. The present conference is organized by Dungar College, Bikaner, under the auspices of Indian Society for Radiation Biology. This is our third endeavor to organize a conference in radiation biology. You all know, as the Honorable Minister, Dr. B.D. Kalla Sahab mentioned in his speech. First one was held in October 17 to 19, 2004, which proved a great success by the blessings of all. Second was an interesting conference on radiation biology organized. Here I would like to mention the delegates, the international scientists from 26 countries attended that conference on January 24 to 25, 2012. The present conference is a 3-day event. There will be 8 scientific sessions and 30 invited lectures. There will be oral presentation as well as poster presentations in the session. 200 research papers will be presented in the different scientific sessions. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made best possible efforts for your comfortable stay and arrangements for the sightseeing of this beautiful city of Bikaner. 2 days back, I had also mentioned that Bikaner is not only famous for the Bhujia and Rasgulla, it is also famous for the cancer research. One of the biggest radiation center in Bikaner, you all might have heard, Acharya Tulsi Cancer Hospital and Bikaner. The day one also includes culture program. I would request all the delegates to attend the culture program that will give you a glimpse of rich cultural heritage of the state of Rajasthan. I and my organizing committee assure you all that your visit will be pleasant, comfortable, and memorable. We are thankful for the, due to COVID situation, only one scientific body, financial support provided by Indian National Science Academy inside New Delhi, without which it would not have been possible to organize the conference. We also thank the backbone of the conference, Dr. J.P. Singh, Principal Government Dungar Bikaner, and the Staple Digital Marketing Private Limited for sponsoring meals. I will fail in my duty if I do not mention ISRB and its president, Dr. Madhubala. We are grateful to ISRB, we are grateful to Dr. Madhubala for providing us an opportunity to hold this conference at Bikaner. Without their support and help, it would not be possible to organize this event. Last but not the least, I thank Professor V.K. Singh, the Chief Patron, our Chief Guest and Guest of Honor, for the gracious presence, and our Principal Dr. J.P. Singh, members of Organizing Committee, my colleagues at the college, students, university, and students for their support. Ladies and gentlemen, without the support of your family, you cannot organize such kind of great event. I would also thank my life partner, Professor of History, Dr. Anila Purohit, for all kind of support in family and department as well. I request you all to bless me for the success of the conference. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. R.K. Purohit, Chairperson and Head Department of Zoology, for joining all of us in this prestigious academic event. I now invite Dr. Deepti Srivastava, who is convener ICRB 2022, to brief us about this conference.
Honorable VC MTSU Bikaner, Dr. V.K. Singh ji, Chief Guest Dr. Arun Chogle, Sir, Special Guest Dr. A.K. Sahu, Sir, Principal and Patron Dr. GP Singh ji sir, Assistant Director Dr. Rakesh Harshji, Chairperson Dr. R.K. Purohit sir, Organizing Secretary Dr. Aruna Chakravarti, all the invited guests, delegates, scientists, researchers, faculty members, and dear students. On behalf of organizing committee, including my own behalf, I welcome all the delegates joining this conference online as well as offline from India and abroad. Here I wish to mention that ICRB 2020 was supposed to organize in the month of October 2020, and due to COVID situation, we had to postpone the conference. Now we decided to organize the ICRB 2022 in hybrid mode. I am happy to share that a large number of delegates from India and abroad are participating in the conference. In such adverse conditions, our organizing team worked day and night to make conference a grand success. We have tried our best to arrange the scientific sessions according to the theme of the conference. We have also planned to give Best Poster Awards and Young Scientist Awards to young researchers. As per the advice received from higher authorities, we have tried to promote the young researchers in this conference. I hope the deliberations of the conference will certainly attribute a lot to the society. I request you all to participate actively in the conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Deepti ma'am. Flowers are the beautiful music of earth, representing hope and happiness. Flowers are the best way to express our deep feelings of love and respect. I request our principal, Dr. G.P. Singh ji, to present a bouquet to our chief guest, Dr. Arun Chogle. I now request Dr. R.K. Purohit, Chairperson and Head of Department of Zoology, Dr. D.P. Srivastava, convener of this conference, and Dr. Aruna Chakravarti, Organizing Secretary, to present a bouquet to Professor V.K. Singh, Chief Patron of this conference and Vice Chancellor in GSU. I request Dr. Rakesh Harsh, Assistant Director, College Education, to present a bouquet to our guest of honor, Dr. A. Sahu. Dr. R.K. Purohit and Dr. D.P. Srivastava are requested to give a floral welcome to Dr. G.P. Singh ji, Principal, Junior College. Dr. Shishir Sharma, Principal, MS College, and Dr. Aruna Chakravarti are requested to give a floral welcome to Dr. Rakesh Harsh, Assistant Director, College Education. Over to my co-host, Dr. Shashikant Acharya.
Saba and shawl are the symbols of honor and respect. Every culture has some specific ways to show respect and honor to its guests. Rajasthan is known for its humility and simplicity. To sustain the culture and tradition of Rajasthan, we would like to start our Safa and Shawl ceremony.
I invite our senior faculty member, Dr. Inder Singh Ji, as a gesture of honor with Safa to the chief guest, Dr. Arun Chaudhary.
एक मिनट मांगता लाइव सर वर्ल्ड तक लिखती है
मैडम कुछ बोलते रहे कुछ बोलो कुछ बोलते रहो कुछ कुछ बोलते
This Safa ceremony is performed by Kishan Purohit, who is world famous and has made his name in so many prestigious events as a Safa wearer. Okay, he's a turban specialist. I now request Dr. Meena Srivastava, Dr. Narendra Rathod, and Dr. Pratap Singh for the shawl of respect to our chief guest, Dr. Arun Chaudhary.
महावीर जी
I request our principal, Dr. G.P. Singh Ji, for the Safa ceremony of Professor V.K. Singh, Vice Chancellor, FGSU, as a mark of our welcome and respect, with the help of our turban expert, Dr. Kishan Purohit.
उसको केवल आज की छोटी सी पैर आप जाके थोड़ा बाहर निकाल दो अभी करो थोड़ा सा हर बार एंगल चेंज होता है ना ये तो कहीं पे भी खड़े हो सकते हैं
I invite Dr. A.M. Bhartiya, Dr. G.P. Singh Ji, Dr. R.K. Purohit, and Dr. Dipti Srivastava to honor Professor Singh, Vice Chancellor, MGSU, to be coming with shawl.
अब आने लगे
I invite a senior faculty member, Dr. Navednath, for the Sapa ceremony of a guest of honor, Dr. A. Sahu, with the help of a turban expert, Kailash Purohit. Kishan Purohit. I now invite Dr. Anila Purohit, Dr. Leela Sharan, and Dr. Archana Purohit to present a shawl as a symbol of respect to our guest of honor, Dr. A. Sahu. Dr. G.P. Singh, Principal Government Untitled College and patron of this conference, has always been a strong motivational force behind all academic events in college. He has always given his support for the betterment of this institution, and the college has achieved new heights under his strong leadership, due to which recently this college has achieved A grade from UGC third time consecutively. I request you, sir, for your words of motivation and guidance.
Honorable Education Minister Dr. B.D. Kalla Sahab, Vice Chancellor Maharaja Ganga Singh University Professor V.K. Singh Sahab, Chairman of Society Dr. Madhubala, Professor Chogle from SMS Jaipur, Dr. A. Sahu, Director, Camel Research Farm, Dr. R.K. Purohit, Chairperson of this event, Aruna Chakravarti, Organizing Secretary, entire organizing team, faculty which is present in the hall, students. It's a matter of great pleasure for me in particular, because the Department of Zoology of the college has organized the international seminar in a difficult time on a very relevant subject
which is not related not only to zoology, but to entire mankind too. Radiation, as you know, is a very good term which is used by majority of researchers working in the field of the biology, botany, zoology, physics, chemistry, and whatnot. In fact, in the beginning of the 20th century, around 1905, W.C. Röntgen discovered X-rays. At that time, the total scientific community was confused and feeling a kind of saturation in the field of research because of the lack of instrumentation methodologies and research tools. But after the discovery of X-rays, on which W.C. Röntgen was awarded first Nobel Prize, a new enthusiasm in the field of research has emerged. And for almost all next 50 years, new dimensions in all subjects, not only in physics, whether it is Raman spectra, IR spectra, X-ray spectra, gamma ray spectroscopy, nuclear physics, and whatnot. An entire new scene for the scientist has evolved. At that time, nobody was worried about the hazards of the radiation. But as you all know, with everything, certain and you can say dangerous aspect is also associated. And that is realized by the scientific community in the 21st century. The simplest reason which I could understood as a student is because of the excessive use of radiation, or you can say the equilibrium of the nature has disturbed a lot, and that has brought the concern of the scientific community to think over the balanced use of radiation for the purpose of research. The simplest example is X-ray photograph is necessary for the diagnosis of any disease. But at the same time, if the X-ray photograph is not taken with all precautions, that may cause a problem for a human body. So in the modern time, mobile, as you all know, mobile, microwave, oven, as you all are using, the domestic instruments which we all are using in our homes are governed, are related with the radiations. And that's why the natural radiation dose which we consume is more than the normal dose. As students might have read in the newspaper, the radiation level of the particular region. So the scientific community through the deliberations must understand the hazards of radiation in the present circumstances, and I hope the proposed topic for the international symposium seminar will certainly bring out the conclusions which will be very fruitful for the society. I once again welcome all on behalf of my own and on behalf of my staff who have come here to attend this particular event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative address and also words of encouragement. Thank you so much. Dr. Rakesh Harsh is Assistant Director, College Education, and is a renowned academician. He has always been a strong pillar of support, extended his help and generous presence with his charismatic smile in all the endeavors of this college. I invite you, sir, for your valuable address.
Thank you, Sri Madam. Good morning to one and all honorable members present in today's international conference at this prestigious college of Rajasthan. I, as Assistant Director of Bikaner Division, on behalf of Department of College Education, Rajasthan Government, Jaipur, welcome to all of you and feel highly honored to have been present among all of you and also being privileged as given the opportunity to address everyone. Bikaner is a place of attraction in many ways, like its architecture in Garh, Havelis, Ghaznari Lake and Sanctuary, Temple of Makarni, Sri Lakshminath, world-known Museum of Archives, Research Institute for Camel, Horse and Sheep, Kazri, 5 University of different fields, Higher and Technical Education Institute. As I already said, the Dual College is the Bikaner of one of the most prestigious colleges in North India, especially in Rajasthan. It is one of the very few colleges in India that have been awarded A grade by NAC for third consecutive cycles. I congratulate energetic and of positive attitude principal Dr. G.P. Singh, patron of this conference, for permitting and providing positive environment to organize conference in adverse condition of Corona. The Department of Zoology in Dungar College has over the year marked its presence in advanced research in the subject, and in captaincy of Dr. R. K. Purohit, whole staff of the department leave no stone unturned to continue this tradition marked by earlier heads. As we all know, radiation biology is the field of research in which the effect of radiation on living things are studied. The radiation on one hand can cause a serious health concern, and on the other hand, it is a mean of the treatment also. The paper presented and lecture delivered during this conference would certainly throw a new light on the subject, and the outcome of the conference will benefit the society in general. I have no doubt about the success of this conference. I again welcome and thank you.
Thank you so much, Rakesh Harsh, sir, for mentioning rich academic heritage of Bikaner and your words of encouragement.
Dr. A. Shahu is a special guest for this conference. Dr. Arthubandhu Shahu joined Agricultural Research Services in 1993 and continued with an illustrious scientific career to become Director of ICAR, National Research in Camel. He received Endeavour Research Fellowship 2009 by TEEWR, Government of Australia, for his postdoctoral research. He worked extensively in the field of neonatal cow, lab nutrition, feed resources, feeding systems and evaluation, human ecology, clinical nutrition, and dietetics. He has 500 publications on his name, including 9 books. He received Best Researcher Award NESIN 2020 and International Research Leadership Award 2019. He is life member of 11 professional societies and recognized as Fellow of Animal Nutrition Association 2013. I would like to invite Dr. A. Shahu for his valuable address.
First of all, thank you, the organizer, our honorable guest of today, Minister Kallaji, all dignitaries in the dais, our beloved Vice Chancellors, your Principal Sir, Professor from SMS College, Assistant Directors, Purohitji, and all learned delegates, invited delegates, and staff and students of this famous college, I can say. Bikaner is the city of education hub, you can say. There are 7 ICR organizations, including our regional stations, 2 big agriculture university, RAU and Rajuvas. The big Dungar College is 10,000 students, and whatnot. Bikaner is, I can say, a city with a village perspective or village culture. So in this era of educational hub, or in this forum of educational hub, when you are taking a subject like radiation biology and cancer, definitely it has enormous importance in day-to-day life, and where actually we are lingering or we are browsing upon. The radiation is definitely the cause of a cancer, and also for the cancer, for treatment of cancer. The cause of cancer, definitely we are in the environment where many factors are responsible for causing cancers, including the radiations. We have already described radiation towers and others, microwave oven. Then when you think of the therapy, radiation therapy, and what is radiation biology involved in radiation therapy, then definitely the health science has come up with many innovations, be it thyroid cancer, be it pancreatic cancer, be it bone cancer and others. So when we are going for to study the radiation biology, in that angle, how the biology is helping in treating the cancer through radiation, this is one, and how the radiation is affecting the least the other cells other than cancer. So there is another angle. So in that way, the theme of the topic or theme of the international seminar, what you have conceptualized, is of very much importance. And from all my NRCC staff and scientists, I wish you all that you should come out with some of the very good findings and recommendations where the research can take up. So in that line, being director of this National Research Center on camel, and you must be knowing that camel milk has been it has gave a footprint. So it is of importance in many health implications, and definitely camel milk has a role also in cancer biology and in treating cancer. So in that way, definitely the NRC camel can also can or not can also, but will definitely move forwards for any associative work with this Dungar College or SMS or the PBM, whatever, whoever are dealing with this cancer biology and cancer treatment, so where the role of camel will be of use. That with that message, I thank you for inviting me, the organizer and all others, and giving me a chance. This is not the first invitee, but definitely you have invited me earlier also. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Lisa for his valuable address and words of wisdom.
It's time to extend our praise and honor for the lifetime accomplishments of our one and only Dr. Madhubala, Director, Indian Society for Radiation Biology. The whole fraternity of radiation biology feels pride to be associated with Dr. Madhubala. On this occasion of International Conference on Radiation Biology 2022, the honor itself to felicitate Dr. Madhubala with a Lifetime Achievement Award in appreciation of and as a testimony for her outstanding contribution and meritorious services to the defense and research in discipline of radiation and cancer biology. Request dignitaries on the dais to witness this moment of honor and achievement. A big round of applause for this felicitation.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you very much. I'm so honored and humbled. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Madhubala. This international conference is shared with the best wishes and blessings of well-known personalities from the respectable strata of society. Just to name a few, we have received wishes from Honorable Chief Minister Rajasthan, Shri Ashok Gehlot, Honorable Minister of Higher Education Rajasthan, Shri Rajendra Singh Yadav, Honorable Education Minister Rajasthan, Dr. B.D. Kalla, Honorable Minister of Power, Dr. Bhavar Singh Bhati, Honorable Minister Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Honorable Shri Arjun Ram Meghwal, Honorable Justice Shri G.K. Vyas, Chairman Human Rights Commission, Honorable Justice Uma Shankar Vyas, Honorable Vice Chancellors of Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Tata University, Agriculture University, and University of Veterinary and Animal Sciences. The souvenir of this conference stands witness to these and many more blessings. I request the dignitaries on the dais to release the souvenir of this international conference on radiation biology 2022. With more than 200 abstracts, this conference has received an overwhelming response from the delegates all over India and abroad. I request the dignitaries to release the abstract volume of this very prestigious international conference. Thanks to the honorable presence of the delegates.
Dr. Arun Chogule is the chief guest of this conference. Dr. Arun Chogule is the Dean and Chief Academic Officer at Swasthya Kalyan Group of Institutes, Jaipur. He has 37 years of professional and teaching experience in medical physics. He is considered as one of the pioneers in radiation experiment dosimetry and radiobiology in India. Currently, he holds many positions and posts in various organizations and committees. He has more than 100 publications in international and national journals and has presented more than 300 papers in various national and international conferences. He has been authoring 2 books. His research interest includes radiation biology, experimental dosimetry in teletherapy, radiation safety and protection in radiology and radiotherapy. He has been awarded many awards and scholarships, to name a few: IOMP, ITMP 2016 for contribution of medical physics, Outstanding Fact Award 2019 SMS Medical College, Government of Rajasthan, Dr. Farooq Abdullah Sher-e-Kashmir Best Researcher Award for 2011 and 12. I would like to invite Dr. Arun Chogule for his valuable address.
Honorable Minister B.D. Kallaji, who had joined online from his office. It shows the connectivity with not only to Bikaner, because he belonged to Bikaner, but to the Dungar College, and he spent time. So thank you, Honorable Minister, for inspiring all of us to do our own contribution. And I was told also he is the alumni of this Dungar College. Professor Madhubala, who has been rightly awarded today the Lifetime Achievement Award for her great contribution to radiobiology. She was in INMAS. Since that time, I am associated with her, and now she is the director of one of the DRDO organization in Uttarakhand, and she is shouldering the ICRB, the Indian Society of Radiation Biology, ISRB, for last 4 years, despite of all odd situation and difficulties, and she is a source of encouragement. So thank you, Dr. Madhubala ji, for joining online. Professor Kalia, he is the Vice President of the ISRB. He is also online and taken keen interest in success and organization of this international conference. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Maharaja Ganga Singh University, who is the presiding guest of our this conference. And just yesterday only, when I got call from Dr. Purohit that you will be also on the dais, so I thought I must know our presiding officer, Dr. Singh. And when I read, he is not only an engineer, but par excellence academician. One of them, I was reading 15 global scientists, engineers, in that top 2, he has the contribution and amount of work. And not only that thing, you board electronics, he was the chairman. Yeah, he was there. That's what I read in the morning, because that is what the learning things from the Google Baba, you can get the things from there. So such a dignitaries on the dais. Dr. Sahu, also I just say he's from the veterinary sciences and now in the Camel Research Institute. And I had also good association with the institute because one of my students, because the AA spectroscopy wasn't working in SMS, so we take help from his institute to see the cancer markers, trace elements into the radiotherapy and how it works. So he is there, and the principal, Dr. Singh, is here. VK Singh. Without the support of his thing, it cannot move anything. So thanks to you for supporting this conference. The organizing chairman, Dr. Purohit, because the conference was to happen in October 2020. And because I am involved with many international organizations, that same time, after 3 days, the conference was in Bangkok and how to make it, but I had committed him to come here. But due to this COVID, the conference couldn't happen, it was postponed. And now we are having this conference. Also, again, because of some other things and the COVID, I was in a dilemma, should I come or not? And also the cold was there, but he called me and said, and the love and affection has given me so much of warmth. When I landed in Bikaner, I didn't feel any cold. Over and above that thing, he put a safa on my head and the shawl. So there is so much of warmth and love he has got. And having organized more than 25 conferences, I know how much efforts we have to put into organizing any conference and activity. The amount of, I will tell you, today morning around 5:30, because from the Australia, Professor Eva Bezaki wrote, and I just forwarded the mail to him that need to be replied to her. And within 10 minutes, he replied. I don't know when he slept. So that is the thing, the amount of work we have to do. This conference is being organized in a Dungar college, one of the prestigious college, not only in the state, but outside the state also, which has completed more than 110 years. 1912 it has started, the college. And I was looking at the alumni, even Karan Singh Yadav, who is the cardiothoracic surgeon, and we do meet because NAMS, National Academy of Medical Sciences, Rajasthan chapter we have got. He is the alumni. Even the ministry's alumni. Your MP Arjun Singh Meghwal is the alumni. The High Court judges alumni, and many in the army. So this has produced, and that is the thing why from the UGC NAC you are getting it, because you are producing lot of activities and things. And this conference is being organized with a very short notice. I remember I joined because being the executive of the Indian Society of Radiation Biology, I joined, and then people were apprehensive, will he be able to do in a month? I said, no problem. I know, I have experienced him doing the conferences since 2012, and he will definitely do. And he has mentioned, I am looking at his better part, when a woman behind a man and such a woman, strong woman is there, everything success will come definitely. And that is how it has come. So thanks to sacrifices of you behind this. So this conference, now the pros and cons of COVID, that COVID has given the opportunity to meet and greet even virtually. Sitting in US, sitting in Australia, we are coming together and meeting. This is another platform and extensively being used this thing. But anytime the in-person meeting, the warmth and this thing cannot be replaced, and hope this COVID situation will improve soon and we will be able to meet again and again. Now I come back to radiobiology and the relevance of this conference. Way back on 8th November 1895, X-rays were discovered by Professor Wilhelm Röntgen, and that was a chance discovery when he was in Würzburg University, and I had a fortune to visit his lab also last time when I went to Germany. So that discovery took place, and within few days, on 23rd November, he took the first radiograph of the world, Anna Bertha Ludwig. I don't know, it was a guinea pig or this thing to be used as a wife's hand as a guinea pig, but he did it because she went there. Just little bit history is this, that when Ranjan was working, he was a 50 years old when he discovered these X-rays, and he involved into the research so much. He was coming very late in the night to the home, not always involved into the research. So wife got doubt despite he was 50 years old that time. And then she, one day in the evening, she came to the lab, what this guy is really doing, why he's not coming home early, he used to come. And then he took her hand and took the radiograph. That is the first radiograph of that thing. And immediately after that, the X-ray machines and X-ray things came. Within few months, Email Grube used these X-rays for treating the breast cancer on 27th March 1896, within 3 months of the discovery of X-ray. And that is how the ionizing radiation has come. And then 1896, radioactivity discovered, the radium and polonium, all those things about the Marie Curie, you know all about this thing. And today, 4.5 billion radiological procedure every year are conducted. A population of world may be about 8 billion. So every second man is undergoing a radiological procedure every year. So that is the enormous potential of this radiology or imaging processes. And earlier thing was open and see, kholo aur dekho. And now first see by the imaging modalities, CT, MRI, PET, and fusion imaging and all. Need be, we open it. So that radical change into the medical health has occurred. And radiotherapy is the main modality of cancer treatment, and it's the second killing disease. And radiotherapy, 60 to 70% of the cancer patient needs radiotherapy. But at the base of this thing, radiobiology drives the radiotherapy. It was in 1906, Bergoni and Tribondo irradiated the scrotum of the ship in Paris, and they found that how difference response of the dividing and non-dividing cells is there. That gave birth to radiobiology in 1906. And then radiobiological research started. Before that, it was just trial and error thing of giving radiation doses and all those things. And then great researches have happened and done. And today you can see that it is the biology of the cancer, radiation response of the cancer, same dose to different organ. The different organ respond differently to the same dose of radiation. And that is what the study of radiobiology. And earlier used to think and doing the practice that when you have a tumor, homogeneous dose, maybe 60 gray, 70 gray. Now, depending upon the radiobiology, the sensitivity, aggressiveness of the tumor, we have started planning what is called as not a physical dose, but a biological dose. Biological mapping, theragonistic, or what we call a dose painting. So this involves a radiobiology, and therefore the theme of this conference, that is radiobiology for this decade, is very, very apt, because unless and until you understand the radiobiology, you cannot prepare a radioisotope ligands or the biology of the cancer. You cannot treat that thing, how radiation is going to respond. And as has been spoken, radiation is a double-edged sword. If it is not used wisely, correctly, it can have a harm, it can produce cancer, deleterious effect, and genetic effects, and so on. And therefore, understanding the interaction and effect of the radiation with the human system is very, very important. Now, this conference, I see more than 31 invited speakers, 200 the oral presentations and the poster presentation. 3-day conference is being happening from Bikaner, and many people are joining from abroad, and many other places. In Rajasthan, it was Professor P.M. Srivastav who started the radiobiology in Rajasthan University. Uma Devi carried forward, then P.K. Goyal and this. And Dr. Purohit is a product from radiobiology from there. And this is, I think, second institution in Rajasthan which is pursuing radiation biology. We need more radiation biology work in the state, in the different colleges. And I know that his contribution to radiobiology. This was in 1987, the conference was held in Manipal by Uma Devi. And the seeds of this Indian Society of Radiation Biology were sown that time. And it took actually 1989, the society was formed, and the society is very active in this field. Radiation, as I told you, it is used for cancer treatment, radio diagnosis, imaging, nuclear medicine, all sort of the things. Other than that thing, even you might have seen how important is imaging modality, because during the COVID second phase, when there were no symptoms but the pneumonia, it was only even RT-PCR was negative, but it was only the CT score which showed the severity of the lung infection and all. So how important the imaging modality and all those things. Not only that thing, Professor Madhubala just mentioned, and I was involved also into the planning of this low dose radiotherapy for the lungs, that is the COVID infected, and the first trial took place into the AIMS. They have brought out results, and in India about 10 trials have been held for this low dose radiation to the COVID induced pneumonia. Very quick response within 4 to 6 hours. Only thing is the feasibility, availability is the question. Other is a very, very effective modality of the work. Also, ionizing radiation is being used for arrhythmias, that is the uncontrolled heartbeats, and that thing is being, so in not only in malignancy, non-malignant diseases also that is being this, but understanding the biology, understanding the mechanism is very, very important in this direction. Lot of research, lot of medicines are being tried as radio sensitizers and radio protectors, understanding radiobiology. And it was World War II when the radiobiology WR-2021 was tried. And after that, many medicinal plants are being tried, being used. I am associated for last 23 years with the Rajasthan University in this researches. Also the Ayurveda University, I am a guide there and doing PhD. See, there are Ayurvedic medicines being used years together, and they can be used as radiation protectors or radiation sensitizers and all those things. A lot of work is being done. But my advice, though I am wearing a sapa, I have some gray hairs also, so I have now to the stage to give some advice that these all researches should come from the lab to clinic, from bench to bed, so that the collaboration with the medical institution, that it be allopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, that should be there. And this research has got a huge potential to serve the human being in radio protection, radio sensitizers, and a lot of work. When Dr. Madhubala said, I did organize in 2019 also, because nuclear and radiological emergencies, and we have a unfriendly neighbor who has nuclear armaments also. And in that case, how to protect our population if the subsequently can happen. So lot of medicinal plants, medicine drugs are there which can work as a protective things, and that can be explored. So there's a huge potential into radiobiology, and the purpose of these kind of conferences is to inspire young buds to move into this direction. Research is very, very important, very, very needed. Once again, I thank the Dungar College, the principal, the organizing, and entire committee. If I have not named all, because I see everybody is involved. So you should not blame me that only I admired Purohit. Purohit has all this team with him who has worked day and night for organizing this. So thanks to all of them. Thanks to Indian Society of Radiation Biology. And I cherish the memories of 2012 and I decided to come. But this Sapa and this shawl will attract me again and again to this Dungar College. I will come here. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure to extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Arun Chaudhary for his lectures and the time and his spirit for discussions. Thank you, sir.
Before we proceed, I would like to mention here that we are extremely overwhelmed and extend our welcome and thanks to all who are present in this Pratap Auditorium to attend this conference, especially Director Basic College, Dr. Amit Vyas, Dr. Praveen Bishnoi, Dr. Sarkar Palicha. Thank you all for your valuable presence.
Professor V.K. Singh, the Vice Chancellor of Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner, needs no introduction. He started his academic journey by joining Pantnagar University as an assistant professor in 1980. He moved to IIT Lucknow in 1986 and retired from there in 2019. He became Vice Chancellor of IIMT Meerut after retirement. He became the Vice Chancellor of MGSU Bikaner in July 2020. He was also a technical advisor in UP government. He was also the state coordinator of Technical Education Quality Improvement Program by World Bank. He has been in key positions in various organizations and is well known for his positive and innovative academic approach. His most of the publications are in the journals of England and America. I would like to invite Professor V.K. Singh for his presidential address.
Please. Good morning, everybody. Honorable Minister, who is online, Dr. B.D. Kalla Sahab, the chief guest, Dr. Arun from SMS College, the guest of honor, Dr. Sahu from Camel Research Institute, Principal Dr. G.P. Singh, the convener of this conference, Dr. Purohit, co-convener, Dr. Deepti Srivastav, organizing secretary, Dr. Aruna Chakravarti, all invited speakers, delegates from India and abroad, joining the conference online as well as offline. My dear students, print, press, and electronic media. First of all, I, on behalf of Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner, including my own behalf, welcome you all in this prestigious international conference on radiation biology, organized by Department of Zoology, Government Dungar College, Bikaner. I convey my sincere thanks to Dr. Madhubala, the President of Indian Society for Radiation Biology, for giving opportunity to Dungar College for organizing such a great conference. Actually, the radiation, as it was very well explained by Dr. Arun, I am the smallest person in this subject because I don't know anything about it.
The only thing I know about the radiation, which I studied during my high school and intermediate physics and chemistry classes. In engineering, I am an electronic engineer. Then I came to know what is radiation with microwave. Even a small wave with a very low frequency like 50 hertz electricity, it also radiates energy. So you are exposed to radiation throughout the day, 24 hours altogether. And we do not know the causes and effects of, because the microwave radiation or infrared radiation are a very violent radiation, which you have come to know. But what is the effect of low frequency radiation on human body or living things? We have yet to study about it. So I will request all the students that in such areas also one can see the probability of research for low frequency radiations. The knowledge, tools, and environment for the practice of radiation oncology leave witnessed phenomenal changes in the last few years. Underprinting these changes is the emerging knowledge from molecular, cellular, and tumor biology that fuels the engine of discovery. The use of high throughput technologies to evaluate and analyze the biochemical and molecular profiles, it is hoped, will ultimately enable the individualization of cancer treatment, integrating various modalities of radiotherapy with a range of systematic therapies. The development of appropriate radiation oncology treatment demands a wide range of expertise, a multi-modality approach, and inter-institutional collaborations to ensure improved and cost-effective outcomes. The often quoted mismatch between quality and equity is felt nowhere with such unequivocal intensity as this field of clinical medicine. The International Conference on Radiation and Cancer Biology will undoubtedly provide excellent scientific content in these deliberations. The careful attention to detail that organizers have given, along with the support of experienced experts from both within and outside India, will surely provide an ideal academic settings for the sharing of knowledge and experience in this challenging field, and for focusing research initiatives and development leading to the excellence in patient R. Finally, I thank Dr. G.P. Singh, the principal of this college, Dr. Purohit, chairperson and convener of this conference, for giving me an opportunity to be a part of such a big हिंदी में कहें तो बहुत बहुत विद्वानों के बीच में आने का एक बार मुझे मौका मिला है. So thank you very much to both of you. I congratulate the organizers and wish ICRB 2022 a grand success. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thanks to Dr. V.K. Singh for his presidential address and his valuable words. Thank you, sir.
Memento is a way to award our guests with memory of this prestigious conference. I request our principal, Dr. G.P. Singh Ji, to present a memento to our chief guest, Dr. Arun Choudhary. I request our senior faculty member, Dr. V.K. Ediji, to present a memento to Dr. V.K. Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner. I invite Dr. Anila Purohit to present a memento to the guest of honor, Dr. A. Sahu. Dr. R.P. Purohit, chairperson of this conference, is requested to present a memento to our principal, Dr. G.P. Singh.
Mobile companies are following
Dr. Manisha Agarwal and Dr. Sujitra Kashyap are requested to present memento to Dr. Rakesh Harsh, Assistant Director, College Education.
नहीं मोबाइल में लगा हुआ ये और वो करके जा रही है एंड शी इज अनअवेयर देखो इधर से आ रहा है उधर से आ रहा है वो करके
Dr. Amit Vyas and Dr. Manisha Agarwal will present memento to our Director, Assistant Director, College Education, Dr. Rakesh Harsh.
But I don't know. I use only for phone and message. नहीं इससे बिना काम नहीं
I now invite Organizing Secretary of this international conference, Dr. Aruna Chakravarti, for a vote of thanks.
Dear all delegates, I would like to mention the next session would start sharp at 12:30. Sometimes it has been found in the conferences after high tea, some people they leave the campus. Many cancer specialist scientists from Washington, DC, from United States. The first session, they all have prepared a very nice video, especially for the students. So all are requested to assemble again here at 12:20. Session will start at 12:30. I also request attend all the sessions. Interact with the speakers. You will be given link soon. Thank you very much.
It is a great pleasure and honor to invite you to the International Conference on Radiation Biology being organized by Government Dungar College, Bikaner, Rajasthan, India during 19 to 21 January 22. I, on behalf of the organizing committee, convey deep regards and hearty thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor B.K. Singh Ji, Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner, Chief Guest Dr. Arun Chogle, Professor and Head Department of Radiotherapy, SMS, Jaipur. Our special guest Dr. A.K. Sahu, Director, NRCC, Bikaner, for their gracious presence. Our principal, Dr. G.P. Singh Ji, Government Dungar College, Bikaner, has supported in all possible manner to organize this conference. Assistant Director, Dr. Rakesh Harji, Chairperson, Dr. R.K. Purohit, for his constant help and guidance. They radiated a source of energy within us. Convener Dr. Deepti Srivastav for his help and support at various stages. ISRB President Dr. Madhubala, we will ever remain grateful to you and be thankful for being with us today. For Coordinator Dr. Vijay Kaliaji, our most valued invited guest, Dr. K.M. Bharti sir, Dr. Meera Srivastav ma'am, representatives of media and my dear friends. I feel proud and thank you for making this event a successful one. On behalf of the organizing committee, host institution, it is my proud privilege to welcome all the distinguished delegates, eminent speakers, and guests from all over the world from different walks of life. You have come here to share their knowledge and vast experience with the student community. Due to the changing time caused by the COVID-19, we encourage our participants to stay safe and maintain social distancing. The internet was just a luxury from many people, and such conference was the only way people could enhance their knowledge and share a difference of opinion on a common platform. The conference aims to facilitate expert deliberations by radiation biologists, medical physicists, nuclear medicine, physician, radiation and medical oncologists, radiation technologists, radiation safety specialists, scholars, scientists, and research scholars from all over the world who are actively engaged in noble pursuit of improving health and quality of life. I extend hearty welcome and thanks to all invited chairpersons, speakers, delegates who have joined online as well as offline to participate in this conference. I am very thankful to all my colleagues and students for their help and support in organizing this international conference. I wish seminar a grand success. Thank you.
With this, the inaugural ceremony of this international conference comes to an end. I thank all the delegates present online, offline, who have witnessed this inaugural ceremony of ICRB 2022. Now we break for high tea and the academic session starts at 12:30.